would like to tell you something positive, but I couldn't find any good news that would brighten up the dark context of this topic. Artificial intelligence has learned to create poisons, operate airplanes, and change its algorithms during operation. And this is just a small part of what I have to share with you today. This video will be alarming and make everyone who hopes for a bright future for humanity think carefully, because most likely modern technological breakthroughs are not as bright as they may seem at first glance. Let's start with the fact that Elon Musk, the main businessman of our time, called artificial intelligence one of the greatest risks in the history of humanity. At the Global Government Summit in Dubai, he warned the world that artificial intelligence has become incredibly progressive, and this is what we should all be concerned about. Elon is a co-founder of OpenAI, the company that creates ChatGPT, and he now focuses on the fact that technological development can carry a great danger, and all developers should already be focused on regulating artificial intelligence. The businessman added that this technology is more dangerous than nuclear warheads. Musk left the board of directors of OpenAI in 2018 and no longer has a stake in the company. And we really have something to be afraid of, as recently alarming news has appeared in the media. For example, artificial intelligence has learned to operate an airplane and piloted the Vista X-62A for 17 hours, which was designed as a training model for autonomous aircraft. By the way, this project is designed to eventually create unmanned fighter jets. How do you feel about that? Wait, because I'm just getting started with the story. The second piece of news is about poisons. Yes, artificial intelligence has learned to produce nerve-paralyzing substances, and it's doing a pretty good job of it. A report has appeared on the pages of the journal Nature that pharmaceutical companies of our time have begun to collaborate with artificial intelligence to develop drugs. This involves the discovery of molecules that may have therapeutic applications, and since there are billions of potential possibilities, searching for needles in haystacks seems like child's play. Taking this into account, the emergence of machine learning technology, which allows algorithms to search billions of possibilities, was a dream come true, and it is now being used everywhere in this field. The intelligence combines different molecules, creates new formulas, and predicts toxicity for humans. Recently, a team of scientists led by Fabio Urbina discovered shocking facts. In less than 6 hours, the model created 40,000 molecules, many of which were even more toxic than the well-known chemical warfare agents. For scientists, this was a shocking surprise, as the data set that used to train AI did not include these nerve-paralyzing substances. In other words, the intelligence learned on its own how to create more toxic and deadly substances than those known to humanity. Let's continue. In 2020, two researchers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology led a team that introduced a new type of flexible neural network. The technology involves a so-called liquid neuron, which can transform depending on the input data it receives. That is, the technology can change its basic equations after analyzing a specific situation. But what does this mean for us? Let's take the example of self-driving cars. A regular neural network used in such cars could only analyze visual data from the car's camera at fixed intervals. The new technology, however, will be able to do this much faster by analyzing even more input data and making final decisions on its own. Currently, the invention is being tested on autonomous drones that are learning to fly around the city. In addition to examples such as autonomous driving and fly, liquid networks are well suited for analyzing electrical networks, financial transactions, weather, and other phenomena that change over time. In short, AI will soon have access to all areas of human activity and be able to make key decisions on its own. And this is truly alarming. But that's not all, and the real shock is waiting for you ahead. Information has appeared in the media that former Google CEO Eric Schmidt is creating an artificial intelligence machine for warfare. Currently, he is carrying out a mission aimed at reconfiguring the US Army before a possible war with China. A startup called Ishtari, supported by Eric Schmidt, is using machine learning to virtually develop and test combat machine components. Essentially, engineers are creating virtual copies known as digital twins. They are tested and improved in the metaverse, and then the perfect designs and test results are transmitted to the Pentagon for the development of innovative equipment as quickly as possible. Schmidt is involved in the computerization of the US Army and says that these developments could be revolutionary and change the course of future military conflicts. Essentially, their plan is to give artificial intelligence autonomy in the creation and use of combat machines, so that it can develop advanced advanced technology which will also be governed by algorithms, but not without human involvement in making key decisions. That says so, and I really wanted to believe it. And if the US is trying so hard to stay ahead in the current arms race, the next question is about their main competitor. What about China? And they do have some interesting news. Chinese military researchers conducted a one-on-one battle between drones controlled by artificial intelligence and a human in real-life conditions. Two small unmanned aircraft participated in this duel, one controlled by a robot and the other by an experienced pilot standing on the ground. The machine with artificial intelligence showed excellent performance in close-range combat and did not give the human any chance of winning. The algorithm predicted all of the opponent's intentions and counted every opportunity. The human pilot attempted various tactics, even trying to dive to force the enemy to crash. However, the machine quickly maneuvered, evaded, and even got behind the opponent. All of the humans' attempts to escape pursuit proved unsuccessful, and after 90 seconds the experiment ended in defeat for the Chinese military. This tells us that the era when artificial intelligence will be the king in military battles is very close, and probably in many other areas as well. At this point we could ask humanity to be ashamed and stop digging its own grave, but that is unlikely to stop us, and it's probably too late. It's really sad because our entire history is filled with examples of inventions that were created to simplify our lives, but ended up complicating them in other ways. And every day, observing what is happening in the world, you begin to ask yourself, does humanity deserve a better fate? Think about it and live with dignity. Every moment, please.